Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Sakura Takano with Rotary Charities of Traverse City. And today I am delighted to share our fall 2022 grant awards cycle for Assets for Thriving Communities and Systems Change Accelerator grant categories. Since our inception, Rotary Charities has granted nearly $66 million to nonprofits, municipalities, networks, and tribal nations in the 5-county region around Grand Traverse. And today we are just so honored to steward these resources that demonstrate our commitment to building communities that are adaptive and thriving for everyone, and to have the grantees share more about their projects and the great things that they're working on. So we'll be following with announcements of each of the grants for a total of $450,000 for this grant cycle. I welcome you to help us celebrate and encourage this great work to move forward. And with that, I will introduce our first awardee, which is TART Trails. And TART Trails has been awarded a $50,000 Assets for Thriving Communities grant to support the extension of the Sleeping Bear Heritage Trail to Good Harbor. And here to tell us more about the opportunity is Casey Russell, who is a Director of Development for TART Trails. Hi, Casey.
Hi, Sakura. Thank you so much to you and the team at Rotary Charities for hosting us today. I'm very grateful to be here with so many incredible nonprofit partners and community leaders. Our mission here at TART Trails is to provide and promote a trail network that enriches the people and communities throughout the Greater Traverse region. Thanks to the generous support of Rotary Charities, we are working to further connect people and nature through the Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore by extending the Sleeping Bear Heritage Trail from Bohemian Road to Good Harbor Trail. Built on the ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe people, there are currently over 21 miles of trail and shared roadway on the ground today. The new 5-mile section will highlight the best this region has to offer, featuring both a paved trail and boardwalk pathway. The trail will be separated from the roadway, promoting safe access for all ages and abilities to explore the unique history, culture, flora, and fauna of the lakeshore and surrounding communities. This section of trail is planned to break ground in 2024 and be open to the public in 2025. And none of this work would be possible without our partners, including the National Park Service and Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore, Friends of Sleeping Bear Dunes, who provides all the maintenance on the trail, Networks Northwest, Michigan Department of Transportation, the Leelanau County Road Commission, and Cleveland and Centerville Townships, as well as our many generous supporters like Rotary Charities. So thank you for investing in happy, healthy, and connected communities. And here's to the change we can create together, one trail journey at a time.
Thank you so much, Casey. I think when we were reviewing this application, what excited me the most was that it was the capstone, the last 5 miles to really connect the space to the lake, which is such a reward if you have the ability to traverse the first 21 or 22 miles. So thank you again so much for pursuing this work. And with that, Kristen Heddick from Rotary Charities will be introducing our next grant.
Thank you, Sakura. Good afternoon. My name is Kristen Heddick, and I am the Director of Community Development here at Rotary Charities. I am happy to be able to announce that Traverse Symphony Orchestra has been awarded a $50,000 Assets for Thriving Communities grant in support of their community music school project. Here to tell us more about the Traverse Symphony Orchestra and their project is Executive Director Kedrick Merwin.
Thank you, Kristen, Sakura, and the review teams at Rotary Charities. The mission of the Traverse Symphony Orchestra is as a regional professional orchestra serving Northern Michigan, creating educational opportunities and community enrichment through excellence in symphonic and other musical experiences. What this grant from Assets for Thriving Communities will do is allow us to focus on the educational and community enrichment pillars of our mission statement by funding the startup of our new Traverse Symphony Orchestra Community Music School. The Community Music School was designed in consultation with TCAP's music educators to provide enhanced opportunities for students in the public school programs, to provide early music readiness for students as young as infants, and for a lifetime of learning with programs including those for seniors in our region. The Community Music School will encompass ensembles, group classes, private lessons, and community outreach programs. Some of our specific plans include expansion of our civic orchestra program, development of a senior citizen band for first-time instrument instruction, expansion of our group classes, including those music appreciation classes that are offered for credit at Northwestern Michigan College, growth of our new Suzuki Strings program to include piano and guitar, private lessons taught by certified private teachers from the musicians of the TSO, and expansion of our community outreach program, Masterworks in Miniature, which serves younger students in our 5-county region. This Assets for Thriving Communities grant will enable TSO to provide safe, easily accessible opportunities for students of all ages in one central location, all provided by an organization with a 70-year history of providing cultural excellence, access, and enrichment for our entire region. On behalf of the Board of Directors and Administration of the Traverse Symphony Orchestra, thank you. We are profoundly grateful.
Thank you, Kedrick. I know I am excited by the opportunity this project will bring to increase music education in our community, not just for youth, but adults as well. So truly a community asset. Next is my colleague, Freya Bradford, to introduce the next grant.
Thank you, Kristen. I'm Freya Bradford and the Director of Systems Change and Learning for Rotary Charities. And I am very pleased to announce that SEEDS Ecology and Education Centers has been awarded a $150,000 Systems Change Accelerator grant. And here to tell us more about SEEDS and their collaborative project to decrease the amount of organic waste in landfills is Executive Director Sarna Salzman.
Hi, my name is Sarna Salzman. I'm the Executive Director of SEEDS Ecology and Education Centers. Our mission is to work in a place-based manner and implement local solutions to things that are global challenges like climate change. We do that at the intersection of ecology and education. And I am thrilled to be here and so grateful to be here today as a Rotary grantee supporting our work to remove material from our landfill streams, specifically the organic material. That's food waste, landscaping waste, some types of paper, wood products, all the things that would turn into soil if they were given an opportunity to compost. We are looking at this systemically from a 10-county perspective. And so our partners in this effort are our core partners in this effort. There's thousands and thousands of people engaged in this space in the region, thankfully. But our core partners include Grand Traverse, Emmett, and Manistee counties, Bay Area Recycling for Charities. We have a Lean Six Sigma expert who is our learning steward. Carter's Compost's new owner is part of the initiative, and she happens to also be a logistics expert. And then Networks Northwest is also part of this endeavor. And then our major funding partners are both Rotary Charities and EGLE at the state of Michigan. We are thrilled to engage in this work because organics is the largest component of solid waste in our waste stream. And so if we get rid of that, we really reduce our overall landfill impacts. And there are a lot of environmental and climate benefits to dealing with our organic material in a different way. We get to make soil instead of methane, greenhouse gas. So that's one of the benefits. But we also get to engage in things like food rescue, which is such a strong organization. The Goodwill's program, Little Traverse Bay Band's got a food rescue program. So how can we elevate food rescue efforts and, of course, food prevention efforts? One of the reasons we're so excited about this initiative is that it's really easy for literally anyone with any degree of responsibility or authority to get involved in the solutions. We're teaching elementary students how to compost at school programs, and we're also working with city officials to expand the types of solid waste management services that they're offering communities. So our constellation of actions is working to address a number of different sectors for the whole value chain, from the people who are creating waste on the front end, and that's all of us, to the folks who have to move that stuff around, the haulers, to the people who are processing it, and the end market users, including people who are buying that black gold, the soil amendments that we all crave in this agricultural and gardening rich area. So in closing, I just want to get us all excited about diverting a third of what goes into our landfills right now, and 25,000 more tons of organics out of the landfill than what is going in as of last year. And I'm really grateful to Rotary Charities, specifically for supporting the movement building and the convening aspects of this work that are really critical to our success.
Thank you, Sarna. We're so excited to be a continuing partner on this really collaborative project that has the potential to make us a model for how rural communities can address this complex issue. Miriam, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Freya. My name is Miriam Owsley. I'm the Strategic Communications Manager at Rotary Charities, and I am so excited to introduce our next grant, which is the Village of Kingsley. They have been awarded a $50,000 Assets for Thriving Communities grant to support a huge project to renovate Brownson Memorial Park in the Village of Kingsley. Here to tell us about it is Dan Hawkins. Dan?
Thank you very much. On behalf of everyone out here, we just want to express our thanks. And we believe that small towns are the mortar that hold our nation together, and organizations like Rotary Charities are entities that hold small towns together. And there seems to be, to use the overused phrase or word, there seems to be a pandemic or a phenomenon nationwide for small towns to just give up. A lot of apathy, and for a lot of reasons. And Kingsley was not exempt from that. 5 years ago, there were 7 empty storefronts. We encountered funding reduction through the elimination of statutory revenue sharing, which computed to about $600,000 over 12 years that we lost, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but for a small town, it is. 3 teen suicides, unfortunately, in 2019. We are a very young community. We're an outlier. 34.2 is the average age, which means there are a lot of young people, but often lower income because of being young and starting out. And the downtown core basically needed help. We had a rundown park, and we knew that was a problem because it's potentially a pace setter in our town. We knew what we wanted to get done. The library did a fantastic job of conducting visioning meetings, but we didn't have the money. We collaborated. Several entities in Kingsley decided to fight back. The library, the youth center, DDA, faith community, local government, business. What are we going to do? We knew we had to do one thing, that is to obtain status as a low mod community, which was a requirement for a grant that we were seeking for the park. And then we also became RRC, Readiness Redevelopment Community, engaged. Those 2 major efforts paid off, and we qualified for the grant that Rotary's charity has agreed to augment to help us toward our goal. We were seeking a beacon of hope in our downtown core through the park, a positive synergy site that would help us serve everyone, children, seniors, physically challenged, and to have safety issues addressed. We decided not to conform to what so many other towns had conformed to, that is a sense of apathy, giving up. We decided to transform. Rotary Charities has been great in helping us do this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. It is so evident to me the passion and level of engagement in the village of Kingsley to not give up, to do what needs to be done to create this space of healthy recreation and a gathering space inside your community. So well done and good job not giving up and fighting for what your community needs. Next up is my colleague Kendra, who's going to introduce our next grant.
Thank you, Miriam. My name is Kendra Luda. I am Programs Associate here at Rotary Charities. United Way of Northwest Michigan has been awarded a $150,000 Systems Change Accelerator grant. Here to tell us more about the collaborative initiative to strengthen the early childhood care and learning workforce is Executive Director Seth Johnson.
Thank you, Kendra, and thank you to all of you at Rotary Charities for the unique opportunity to work with you all on addressing the early care and learning system in our region. In a community needs assessment survey of more than 1,000 residents in Northwest Lower Michigan conducted by our partners at NMCAA, over 22% of parents and caregivers with young children report that needing care or preschool for one or more children. In that survey results, the lack of childcare is the #1 reported barrier to work in our region, with 20% of those under the age of 45 and 25% of those with children 0 to 5 citing this as a current barrier. We're hearing from parents that I had to quit my job to be able to take care of our child, and this has taken a toll on my mental health, and money has become extremely tight. Our work began back in 2021 with over 70 individuals representing parents, child care providers, employers, government agencies, communities of faith, service providers, and concerned citizens participating in 3 in-depth discussions designed to explore the system, the factors that are currently contributing to most of the problems and challenges, and potential solution pathways. Our early child care and system in our region was stressed well before the pandemic. There's high business costs, complex licensures, and regulatory requirements, all while facing rising facilities costs and a shrinking workforce has combined to drive private childcare operations out of the system. And so with that all, and with that extremely complex system, we are so grateful for Rotary Charities to be supporting not only United Way of Northwest Michigan, but our partners at NMCAA and Traverse Connect to be taking this issue head on. Our initiative is seeking to improve childcare access by bolstering the early childcare workforce while creating more meaningful and sustainable career pathways in the field, and create a system of support to enhance the quality and increase the number of professionals in the ECL workforce. This is a small step in addressing that massive issue that I had pointed out earlier. And we look forward to working with everyone in our community to ensure that families, children, and all of those in the early childhood system are supported. So thank you again to Rotary Charities for the support and the partnership in addressing this critical issue in our region.
Thank you so much, Seth. This is definitely an urgent and complex challenge in our region right now that so many families are facing. What really struck me about this grant when we were reviewing it is the energy and the level of collaboration that has already gone into this initiative to get you where you are. It's been really inspiring to learn more about it throughout this process, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what comes next from the whole initiative. Congratulations again. And I am going to pass the microphone over to Sakura again.
Thank you so much, Kendra. Well, wow. $450,000 into the community this fall for, as what you have just heard, really inspiring, amazing, and impactful work that our region is going to benefit from. And so we thank you so much for taking the initiative to delve down into these important issues and to create new community assets for our community. Thank you so much again, grantees. We are very excited and humbled to be a part of this work with you. If these sound exciting, or if any of our discussion today inspired you to think about a grant from Rotary Charities, don't fret. We have grant cycles every 6 months, and our next grant cycle will be opening for pre-grant meetings in the early new year with applications due on March 1st. You can visit our website at rotarycharities.org to learn more about our grant opportunities and other support for change makers and leaders in the region doing great work. So thank you again so much for joining us today, and we will see you in the community soon enough. Thanks again.